Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is my Game Week 21 team selection. I don't think it's going to be a very straightforward one because there are so many injuries coming out of nowhere. So we will go through how my team got on in Game Week 20, some players that are on my watch list, and then of course my final team selection for Game Week 21. So let's get straight into it. It feels like ages since I last recorded a team selection video, but we have ended the game week, or game week 20, on a green arrow, 92 points in total. My current rank is 513,399. Annoyingly, I keep on going between 300 and 600k. Luckily, I'm not having any drastic falls, but I would like a drastic rank increase. I think if we can head towards the top 100k, I'd feel a lot more settled with my rank. Overall, I've got 1,154 points, I've got one free transfer to use, and I've got 1.6 million in the bank. We will start off with my goalkeeper, who I never ever celebrate, but this game week, Areola, 11 points. Could not ask for anything more. We'll get to the bench in a minute, but I was hoping Areola was going to be benched because I have got bench points. But he actually managed to outscore Dubravka, which doesn't come as a surprise to most of you because I think the Areola-Dubravka double up is very, very popular. But 11 points again for the West Ham Brighton game. I was absolutely convinced he was going to concede. Didn't happen. Made 8 saves, which got him another 2 points. And he also picked up 3 bonus points. So this was lovely and really made up for my poor defence. Look at that defence. I transferred Saliba in this game week. He got nothing. Both Saliba and Trent picked up a yellow card and conceded 2 goals. So lovely, not even 1 point. And then I actually started Trippier, but he was out of the squad. So I got Pinnock in, who got me 1 point. But I tweeted my defence because it was just 0, 0, 0. And it's the most popular tweet I've ever done in my life. So that was a nice silver lining to it. Some people laughing at me, other people also having similarly disastrous game weeks. But thank goodness for Areola this week, because otherwise that would have been a horrific, horrific defence. Then the midfield also massively made up for it. We'll start off with Richarlison. We got 8 points. At the moment, owning him, I did a recent midfield players to watch or maybe transfer in video, and I was saying that owning Richarlison is a bit of an emotional roller coaster. He is outperforming his XG, but I don't know what I'm really expecting from him. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays with Son out of the squad. But this game week, he managed to get a goal, and he was also subbed off before Bournemouth scored a goal. So he managed to get the clean sheet point 2, which is very jammy. And then Salah, 16 points. I will be honest, during the Liverpool game, it's probably the most bratty I've ever been watching a game. He missed the penalty, and not only did I then get negative points, it was doubled because he was my captain, and I was absolutely kicking myself. I've been having a dilemma about whether to bring Foden in and captain him, and then I was thinking, I even tweeted in a completely knee-jerk reaction, brattish way, should have transferred in Foden, blah, blah, blah. And then Salah goes and redeems himself. He scores a goal. He gets an assist. He then goes on to score a penalty. When they were awarded a second penalty, I didn't want Salah to take it, and then it went in, and my mood just completely changed. And that's why FPL is annoying, because I care way more about it than I should. But he obviously also picked up the 3 bonus points, so 32 points in total from the captain. I think maybe my biggest haul from my captain so far this season. And then Saka, 7 points. He did score, but it was a very underwhelming goal. And I think, along with a lot of other managers, I'm kind of umming and ahhing about having Saka in. I've got too many fires to put out on my team, which we'll get to when we talk about my game selection for Game Week 21. So he's not really a priority transfer out, but where is that fire in him? Hopefully we see it in upcoming game weeks. And then Palmer, I did not see this haul coming from Palmer. 2 goals and an assist. Obviously also got the 3 bonus points. It was a really good game against Luton, apart from towards the end when I thought we were going to equalise. Honestly, Luton just came back fighting, didn't they? If Chelsea had ended up drawing 3-0, I would have been, well, yeah, Chelsea. Anyway, let's not discuss them. But Palmer, lovely, very well done. And then my front 3, Solanke unfortunately did blank against Spurs. Darwin got an attacking return. He got an assist, but he did only play for 63 minutes. Here's another one with Salah out. Interested to see how he gets on. And then Watkins, consistency all the way. Got 2 assists against Burnley. And then on my bench, we've got Dubravka, the 8 points. What a game that was. I benched him because I didn't want double Newcastle defence, but then Trippier was out anyway. But it worked out for the best. I think if I had known Trippier wasn't going to be in the squad, I probably would have played Dubravka. I'm not 100% sure, but he saved Salah's penalty and he also got a yellow card. He made 10 saves, which got him 3 points in total, and he also picked up 1 bonus. But I was so relieved that Areola did manage to outscore him. And then Gordon on the bench, he got an assist. I benched him mostly because of Newcastle's away form, but it's good to see he can get those attacking returns away from home. But I'm quite relieved because I think if it had been a home fixture for Newcastle, I would have played Gordon over Palmer. Oh, would I? Luton fixture. I don't know. I think there is a chance that I wouldn't have played Palmer though, because Gordon I've just got a bit more faith in. So it's a shame that those points are on the bench, but I wouldn't have benched any of my front three for him. And I think it worked out okay. And then Trippier and Kabore, classic, didn't play. And Kabore is now off to AFCON, so I'm not sure what his future is in my team. But I wanted to discuss, before I talk about my transfer plans for this game week, just my watch list. Now, 2 of these 3 players are injured currently. They are flagged. And one of them, we're not sure about his minutes, but I thought I'd discuss anyway. So we'll start off with Anthony Elanga. I've got a feeling he's going to be fine. I think he will play. He is flagged at the moment, but it doesn't sound like it's anything too serious. He's only 5 million. He's only £5 million. He's only 5 million. His ownership is super low at 2% of managers owning him. But I think he is a really, really decent differential to have. And if you are wildcarding, I would definitely consider him. He's produced attacking returns in all 3 of Forest's fixtures since Nuno took over. He's earned 22 points in that time, and he's had a goal and 3 assists. He's just a really nice budget pick. This is one of those players, I think in a similar way of I had a soft spot for John McGinn, Ben Mee last season. I think Anthony Elanga is going to be the next one. But if you are looking for someone a little bit different, spice up your team, I think Elanga is a really, really nice one to go for. And then Bowen, apparently he is out for 3 weeks now, which is really frustrating because I thought I was going to do a really easy swap from Salah to Bowen. But I'm going to be monitoring that very, very closely because I'd like to bring him into my team as soon as possible. We obviously saw him go down at the end of the game against Bristol City on Sunday night, and it's not sounding too positive, and it's too much of a risk to take to bring him in now, just have him on the bench for the next couple of game weeks. But I am a bit gutted that I won't be able to bring him in against Sheffield United because I think that fixture just has Bowen written all over it, and I think that was also going to be my captaincy shout, so that's all up in the air now. But Bowen, I really, really want to have in the team at some point. And then Ivan Toney is back. He is a huge differential. At the time of recording, his ownership's only at 0.5%, and he's got something to prove. He said in a recent Sky Sports interview that he wants to repay Brentford for all of their support. Brentford have obviously got a home fixture coming up this week. If Toney comes in and he starts, I can just imagine him being an absolute hurricane. Last season, he got 182 points in total. He had 20 goals and 4 assists. He's 7.9 million, which is... it's a high price point, and at the moment I'm fairly satisfied with my front 3. I think if Darwin didn't have such an appealing fixture this game week, I would take the risk and I'd transfer out Darwin and bring in Toney. But for now, I think it's a little bit too much for me, and I'm in a precarious position where I just want to get green arrows and probably play it quite safe for the next few game weeks. But I've just got such a good feeling about Toney. He's got a home fixture against Forest this week as well, and Forest defensively are not the strongest team. But then they've got City away. They've got Spurs away, and then they've got City at home. So it may be that I'll see how he gets on at Forest, but I can just imagine him returning with a bang, and how much fun would that be to own him and his ownership's so low? I'm not sure. On the flip side, he might not even get minutes. He might get reduced minutes. He might not even play. There's so much to consider, and it's really annoying because Toney is one of my favourite fantasy assets, and I'm dying to bring him in, but I think I'm going to try and play it a bit safe. So that takes me to my transfer plans for the upcoming game week. We have got option number 1, Kabore. He is off. He's not going to be playing for the next couple of weeks. Even when he is playing, I very, very rarely start him. It's quite nice having him as a bench option. But apart from that, there isn't too much to talk about. Upcoming fixtures don't matter. He won't be playing them. But he's only 4 million, so he is one of those ones that gives me room for manoeuvre elsewhere in my team. His ownership's only 4%. But I think I might splash out another 0.9 million and go for... oh, God, he's back, and I can't say his surname. Estupinian? Purvis. I might be going for Purvis. Purvis is back, and he has made a statement. In his returning game from injury, he scored a goal against Spurs, and he also kept a clean sheet in the last game week against West Ham. He's just looking really strong. And remember, at the start of the season, we all were clamouring to get him into our teams, and I think we're going back to that. Brighton also have the best fixtures coming up. They've got Wolves at home, then they go to Luton away, then they get Palace at home. I see clean sheets there. I see Purvis getting some attacking returns, and I really, really want to have him in my team. This is one of those ones where as soon as I heard he was fit, I didn't want to take the risk. Is this maybe foreshadowing what's going to happen with Toney? after I've said about playing it safe. So I think now is the time to bring him in. But it is the price point that I'm a little bit concerned about, paying nearly £1 million more when I know that I'm going to want Haaland back. I can transfer out Salah to make the funds, but I don't know if I'm going to be kind of pigeonholing myself. So what I could do is take out Pinnock. He's 4.5 million, so only going 0.4 million over. His ownership is low at 3.5%. This game week, I'm a bit hesitant to take him out because they are playing Forest and it's a home fixture. But after that, they've got Spurs away, then they've got Man City at home. For game week 2023, that was a mistype. But if I compare the two, obviously, Purvis has got the preferred run of fixtures. And I'm a bit concerned about taking out Pinnock when literally my defence is out. So far I've got a starting 3, that includes Pinnock. If I take him out, I won't have a backup on the bench. Whereas if I take out Kabore, I can bring in my good friend Purvis and then have Pinnock in the bench. And then if there's anything wrong with my defence, at least I have that backup option. So I think at the moment I'm leaning towards Kabore out and just spending the extra funds and then hopefully not needing them. What is the bet that I'm going to be 0.9 million out on someone that I really want? It's high. But I'm not 100% convinced, and I'm a little bit concerned about using my transfer. I've only got one free transfer this game week, and I don't know whether it's better with all of the changes that are going on and injuries and things. I don't know whether it's better to hold off and have 2 free transfers going into game week 22. So for now, this is what the team is looking like for this upcoming game week. We've got Areola in goal, Sheffield United away fixture. Hopefully there is a clean sheet there and some more saves. If Sheffield United can be very, very attacking, we can get another 8 save points. I'm in for it. And then in defence, I've got Trippier, Saliba, Pinnock. That is without the Estepinian transfer. And then midfield, we've got Gordon, Richarlison, Saka, Palmer. The captaincy is on Palmer for now. It's a Fulham home fixture. I think there is a temptation in me to captain Saka. But Saka, we haven't seen the massive haul from so far this season. And he's very, very hit or miss. So I'm not sure how confident I would be to put the captaincy on Saka. I'd also quite like to go for Gordon. Home fixture, we know what Newcastle are like at home. They are so much stronger. And I think Gordon's scored in every single home fixture this season, bar one. Is that correct? I know that he did have the record, but I think he may have lost it at their most recent home game. But it's Man City, which really puts me off. So again, that is a real punt, but I'm not fully convinced. And then my front 3, we've got Solanke, Darwin, Watkins. I would love to do Darwin to Tony, but Bournemouth away, I think, does that have Darwin goals over on it? I don't know whether I'm just not learning from my Darwin mistakes, but for now, I think I need to have some faith in him. Salah's out. Maybe that will change. I don't know. Darwin just never seems to be able to finish. I don't know how he's made it into my team for this long. And then I could potentially captain Watkins, Everton away. But Watkins, he's consistent, but I think there are probably better routes to points. I'm not sure. I'm really in a dilemma about captaincy this week. So let me know in the comments who you're planning to captain. And then on my bench, we've got Dubravka, and then we have 3 players that are just out. We've got Salah, Kabore, and then Trent. The news about Trent has absolutely disrupted my team, and not in a good way at all. I could do Trent to Purvis. However, Trent, I think, is going to be back fairly soon. I'll want to bring him back in anyway. And I was originally thinking of transferring out Trippier to save some money in the defence. And I think that's probably still my priority unless Newcastle are looking a lot stronger defensively. But where I've got Trippier and Dubravka, at least I've got double Newcastle, take out Trippier, still got Dubravka coverage. Yeah, I think that is what's going on in the old brain right now. So this is how the team's looking. This is obviously rolling a transfer into game week 22. Patience, nice. But I can still get out I'd say a decent starting 11. There's nothing glaringly terrible about that. I still think they're all very strong players. But there is the opportunity to do Kabore to Purvis and then start him instead of Pinnock. But let me know, as always, what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you are enjoying the content on the channel. I really appreciate it. And also let me know in the comments what your transfer plans are for the upcoming game week and what you think of mine as well. I will see you in the next video.